the modern world has a deafening roar. A cacophony of information bombards us from every direction. Smartphones buzz with notifications. Screens flicker with endless news feeds and targeted ads. The sheer volume is overwhelming, leaving us feeling anxious, distracted, and intellectually paralyzed. We crave clarity, but the noise only grows louder. This constant influx of information presents a profound danger. Without the ability to filter, analyze, and synthesize, we become vulnerable. Vulnerable to manipulation, misinformation, and the tyranny of the urgent. Our attention spans dwindle, our critical thinking falters, and our ability to discern truth from falsehood erodes. We are, in essence, drowning in information, yet starving for wisdom. This is not a new problem, though its scale may be unprecedented. For centuries, philosophers and thinkers have grappled with the challenges of knowledge acquisition and discernment. Fortunately, they have left us a powerful tool to navigate this treacherous landscape. The trivium. This ancient method, developed by classical philosophers, offers a structured approach to learning and critical thinking. It is more relevant today than ever before. The trivium, with its emphasis on grammar, dialectic, and rhetoric, provides a clear pathway to intellectual self-defense in the digital age. It empowers us to become discerning consumers and producers of information, capable of navigating the complexities of the modern world with wisdom and clarity. The trivium is not a dusty relic of a bygone era. It is a timeless system for developing critical thinking skills. It is a three-stage process, each stage building upon the last. First, we must learn to effectively absorb information. This is grammar. Second, we must engage in rigorous analysis and evaluation. This is dialectic. Finally, we must communicate our understanding persuasively and eloquently. This is rhetoric. Grammar, in this context, is not simply about memorizing rules of language. It is about understanding the structure and meaning of information. What are the foundational elements? What are the underlying assumptions? What are the biases inherent in the presentation? Only by asking these questions can we begin to deconstruct the information we encounter. Dialectic takes us a step further. It is the art of reasoned debate and critical analysis. We engage with different perspectives, identify logical fallacies, and challenge our own assumptions. Through this process, we refine our understanding, sharpen our arguments, and move closer to truth. It is the mental equivalent of weightlifting, strengthening our cognitive muscles and preparing us for the final stage. Rhetoric, often misunderstood as mere persuasion, is the art of effective communication. It is about expressing our ideas with clarity, precision, and eloquence. It is about understanding our audience, crafting compelling narratives, and using language to illuminate, not obfuscate. In a world saturated with information, the ability to communicate clearly and persuasively is paramount. In our age of instant access, we often mistake information consumption for knowledge acquisition. We scroll through headlines, skim articles, and retweet soundbites without pausing to truly understand the underlying message. This is akin to skimming a cookbook and claiming to be a chef. True understanding requires us to master the grammar of information. Start by questioning everything. Do not accept information at face value. Who created this content? What is their agenda? What evidence supports their claims? Is this information complete, or is there a hidden context? These questions are crucial for dissecting the information landscape and separating fact from fiction. Furthermore, develop a discerning palate for credible sources. Seek out diverse perspectives. Be wary of sensationalized headlines and emotional appeals. Cross-reference information with reputable sources. Cultivate a healthy skepticism, always remembering that the most outrageous claims often require the most extraordinary evidence. This process of questioning and verifying is not about cynicism. It is about intellectual self-respect. It is about refusing to be passive consumers of information, instead choosing to engage critically and thoughtfully with the world around us. By mastering the grammar of information, we equip ourselves with the tools to identify bias, uncover hidden agendas, and ultimately arrive at a more accurate understanding of reality. Once we have developed a strong grasp of the grammar of information, we can then move to the next stage of the trivium dialectic. This involves engaging in rigorous and respectful debate, seeking out opposing viewpoints, and challenging our own deeply held assumptions. In an age of echo chambers and online tribalism, this practice is more vital than ever. Start by actively seeking out diverse perspectives. Engage with people who hold different opinions than your own. Listen attentively to their arguments, trying to understand their reasoning, even if you disagree with their conclusions. This is not about conceding defeat, but about refining your own understanding through the crucible of debate. When engaging in discourse, avoid personal attacks and ad hominem arguments. Focus on the ideas, not the individuals. Support your claims with evidence and logic, and be willing to acknowledge weaknesses in your own position. Remember, the goal is not to win the argument, but to arrive at a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of the truth. This process can be uncomfortable. It requires humility, open-mindedness, and a willingness to confront our own biases. However, it is through this discomfort that we grow intellectually. By engaging in meaningful dialectic, we sharpen our critical thinking skills, strengthen our arguments, and become more resilient to manipulation and propaganda. Rhetoric, communicating truth with clarity and precision. The final stage of the trivium, rhetoric, is often misunderstood as the art of deception. However, true rhetoric is about communicating effectively, persuasively, and ethically. It is about using language to illuminate, not obfuscate, to build bridges of understanding, not walls of division. In a world saturated with information, the ability to communicate clearly and concisely is paramount. Start by mastering the fundamentals of language grammar, syntax, and vocabulary. Learn to write with precision and clarity, avoiding jargon and ambiguity. Develop your ability to tell compelling stories that capture attention and convey your message effectively. Equally important is the ability to tailor your communication to your audience. Consider their perspectives, their values, and their level of understanding. Use language that resonates with them while remaining true to your core message. Remember, effective communication is not about talking at people, but about connecting with them on a deeper level. Finally, never underestimate the power of empathy and emotional intelligence in communication. Seek to understand the emotional landscape of your audience and adjust your approach accordingly. Use humor, storytelling, and personal anecdotes to create connections and build rapport. Remember, the most persuasive arguments are often those that appeal to both the head and the heart. The trivium is not a passive set of principles. It is a call to action. It is a call to reclaim your mind from the deluge of information and to cultivate intellectual sovereignty. This is not a one-time endeavor, but an ongoing process, a lifelong commitment to learning, critical thinking, and effective communication. Start today. Begin by questioning the information you encounter. Engage in respectful debate with those who hold different viewpoints. Practice communicating your ideas with clarity, precision, and empathy. Make the trivium a part of your daily life and watch as your critical thinking skills flourish. The path to intellectual freedom is not always easy. It requires effort, discipline, and a willingness to challenge your own assumptions. But the rewards are immense. By mastering the trivium, you empower yourself to navigate the complexities of the modern world with wisdom, clarity, and conviction. You become an active participant in the marketplace of ideas, not a passive consumer of information. This is the legacy of the trivium, to empower individuals to think critically, to communicate effectively, and to live more meaningful and fulfilling lives. Embrace this ancient wisdom. Reclaim your mind. The future depends on it.